Hey Townies, this is Brett and you're watching the Mountain City Show. Today we're going to talk about aliens and government lies. So stick around and let's get into this one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and become a member of the Mountain.
So you want to talk about the UFOs? I like the UFO story. Although, what I heard this. So I heard someone commentating about it, and I kind of agree with it. So what he was commentating about was that it's a distraction.
It is a distraction. You noticed that classified documents kind of disappeared.
Yeah, they did disappear. That the Hunter Biden story disappeared.
Yeah, the laptop. Yeah.
You don't hear anything on Ukraine and Russia right now, but it makes me think. Did you know they did this in World War II?
Yeah.
Did you know that they flew planes?
Balloon bombs.
No. Well, yeah, they did that. But what I'm talking about is in World War II, right after Pearl Harbor, the president had planes fly around New York to cause panic. So they could declare war right away. Right?
Okay.
So, I mean, and here's the thing, too. So, what's to say that our government didn't orchestrate all of it on purpose?
The UFOs. I wouldn't doubt that a bit.
All of it.
I wouldn't doubt it a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So it kind of makes me wonder, as much as I'd love for them to be a UFOs, they would never tell us, number one. Yeah. And right now they keep saying that they can't get to them. They're too far. They're too deep in the water. We can't, all you hear is a bunch of bullshit about them. So
one they couldn't find.
Yeah, they're saying
the one they couldn't find.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
that's
come on, dude. Like,
they found it.
Yeah, that's a $400,000 missile.
Here's the thing, too, bud. It's just a little tidbit. All UFOs and everything aside, anytime the news is reporting the government, you wonder what's going on behind your back while you're watching what they're reporting. You know what I mean? They're always sneaking something behind the scenes.
Yeah, so it makes me think that there's a big chance that
I agree
they're not. First of all, we're never going to get the whole story. They're never going to tell us exactly
you'll never
what
know
to find.
You'll never know, ever.
They're never going to tell us any of that.
You're right.
So
I agree.
Regardless of what it is, I don't think they're ever going to tell us. And I would say the odds of them doing that themselves, or in conjunction with Canada, probably, I'd say there's a good chance that the U.S. might have did that themselves just to cause distractions and propaganda. And
well, yeah, I don't doubt it a bit. I can't argue with it. It's as far as conspiracy theories go, I would say that's one that wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah,
they're pulling.
I don't think it'd be surprising.
That they're pulling that shit,
and I think it would be. How do you put it? Almost. I mean, it's almost the same playbook. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the exact same playbook that they're doing to us. They keep adding stuff to it.
They changed the game.
Well, they didn't change the game. It's the same old ass game. The difference is now is between social media and, things like YouTube and, private journalists that actually report the news.
Right. Yeah,
where
the real news.
They'll put the bug in everybody's ear right away saying, hey, maybe we did this. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they put out theories, and those theories make people think, regardless if they're true or not. It's just a theory, because honestly, we're never going to get the truth.
Ever. Right.
I mean, and if whatever comes across, it'll be classified for 75 years. So all of us alive today will never.
Well, we're just now being able to open up the JFK files, the JFK assassination file. Some of those just become available this year,
and they didn't release them all.
So no, they didn't. No, they're cleansed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
yeah, they redacted it. They redacted a ton of it.
Yeah, they were cleansed and exactly.
And honestly, with the administration we have now, first of all, politicians, I believe this. Like, my sister said this the one day.
Go ahead.
And she goes, what happens? They keep dividing us. Dividing the population. And as soon as we start to come together a little bit, they throw something out there and they divide us again.
It's purposeful.
Right? So what would happen? She's like, what if nobody voted? What if nobody showed up at a poll to vote on these people? Do you know what I mean? Like, what would happen?
Well,
it's that bad.
That'd be virtually impossible, though. But
It
that
would.
would be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah,
like
none of the above.
Like, yeah, we don't want anybody because y'all are corrupt.
Yeah, none of the above.
Y'all just insider trading. You go in there and you're worth freaking $5 million, and you come out and you're worth $350 million.
Yeah, and here's another thing about DC too. I believe over the years that there has been politicians that have been elected, got elected, and went to DC with the intentions of doing the right thing.
Yes.
But once you're there,
yes,
you've got to play
the game,
and by their rules, or you can't get a goddamn thing done.
No, and then you also won't get on any of the good committees. You'll just be an outcast. If you don't play their game, you're an outcast.
That's why you
don't have a voice. Like, you have a vote, but you don't have a voice.
Yeah, and I think that's why that there should be term limits too. You get in there, and these career politicians, when they get elected, Phil, the next thing they're worried about is getting fucking elected again.
Oh yeah.
And let's give them a term limit of what, 3, maybe 4 years of.
Yeah, I still say
of Congress.
I still say is like,
and then they got to get the hell rolling.
Yeah, I still say is like we the people. So if you can add, like, here's a great example. All the states are adding marijuanas on their ballot. You want to legalize it? When we go to vote, you click yes or no. You check yes or no.
Right.
So why couldn't we just put that on the ballot the next time for the federal government, because they can't do it on their own?
Well, they're supposed to be working for us, but they don't.
They don't. They work for themselves.
Yeah, right.
And their own agenda and their own financial gain and all that wonderful joy stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the story.
Yeah.
So this thing, the one they shot over Lake Huron, which is up in Michigan.
Right.
It was an F-16, and it shot and missed.
Yeah, they missed the first time.
Yep. And then they got it the second time.
Right. And China's mocking us.
Yeah. And then they had a CIA lady come on there and say that right now it's too deep in the lake for us to retrieve that, which I'm not buying.
I'm not either.
I mean, it's just so
there's
fishy.
shipwrecks all through those lakes.
It is so fishy. And like, here's the thing. We have the best Navy in the world. You mean to tell me we can't send Navy divers down to get that thing?
And you got to admit, this whole administration's been so transparent from the beginning,
Oh, none of them are transparent.
We're going to be told what's going
on. Yeah, nobody's transparent in the government.
No.
And they're like, well, we got to protect it. It's to keep you safe. Bullshit. No. We are all grown-ass people, and this is 2023. We can handle the truth. You just don't want to tell us.
Well, some of us could handle the truth.
Or they want to manipulate us.
That's what it is.
It's manipulation.
It's absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
As much as I'd love for that to be UFOs, I'm going to have to sit there and say it's probably not, even though I wish it was, because that would just be...
That would be cool.
Fantastical.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
It would. And then be like, put it on display in D.C. We can all go look at it.
But these UFOs were built in China
here's the thing,
by American parts.
Yeah, here's the thing, too. Right? It could have been, right? That's a good theory, though. I think that's a good theory.
Built in China by American parts.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory I have. Like, there's a good chance that we did this to cause distraction from everything else that's going on. One reason. Another reason if you haven't noticed, fucking Biden, dude, they're escalating.
Oh, yeah.
The United States is escalating everything with Russia and Ukraine.
They are.
And they're also escalating with China. So
that's just what we know.
Right? So
that's just what we know.
Yeah, right. That's just from watching bits and pieces of...
That's just what the news is telling us.
From news articles that are way down at the bottom of the page. They're not up top. They're way at the bottom.
That's just what they want us to know. What the hell else is going on?
Yeah, so like here's another good example. So what happens if Joe Biden, I guess, gets his way or whatever he wants to do, because none of us know, and it's really probably not him. It's some other little puppeteer that's talking into his ear.
He's a Muppet.
Yeah, he is.
Watch his arm. There's a stick on it.
Yeah, right. He's Kermit. We ought to just call him. We'll just name him Kermit.
Yeah, they were locked in my garage by my Corvette. Piggy was watching them. Piggy was guarding the classified documents.
Piggy got him. But yeah, I think. So what was I going? So here's a.
Where was I going with
this?
Here's
a good thing. So think about this for a minute. So what happens if Joe Biden comes out and wants to be a tool and write a presidential memo and says that the United States will no longer do business with China?
That'll never happen.
I don't think it will either.
He's in their pocket.
But look at the road we're going down.
It ain't gonna happen.
So why go down that road?
They are gnawing at the bit now with all these accusations that there's no coercion with China and the Chinese government and the money that was received, and I just can't see him doing anything like that, because then that draws attention to him.
Well, I mean, he's got attention. He's the president.
It's just going to make it worse.
So here's the thing. Like they told, like I was watching the news the other day, and they were like, if you are a company in the United States and you have any type of manufacturing going on in China, you need to remove it from there.
I think that would be a smart move.
Because Apple has already started moving their entire manufacturing to, or I can't say entire, but they're moving it to India and.
You remember the protest? Remember the other one. They were protesting over there too, wages and Apple was one of the big. That's what they were protesting against. Apple was one of the big companies they were protesting against over there because of the low wages and basic slave labor, basically.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean.
But I do think, so imagine what would happen to our country if we start escalating with China, and then the United States comes in with a presidential memo that says we're not doing business with them. You know what I mean? Like it could here's the thing.
We got a hell of a lot we got to move over here before we do that, because we got medicines being made over there. We got lithium batteries being made. I mean, we got to move our shit. Right. We got to be dependent. We got to be on just us.
We learned that during.
We got to be self-sufficient. We're not, Phil.
No, we learned that during COVID.
Yeah, and exactly.
I don't think they've rectified that problem.
No, remember the chip shortage with the automobile industry? Why?
Yeah. Well,
they were made in China.
I will give Biden credit. He did something with the chips, forcing them to be made over in Arizona, which is the top chip, which was made in Taiwan. They moved it, got rid of, told everybody get the hell out.
I think it's time to China. I think it's time to bring everything home, bud.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think. Well, I mean, it's not. It's no longer a World Trade Organization anymore. We're starting to go down the road of the Cold War again. I can't say we started. Yeah, we started last year.
Yeah, the goddamn United States is funding the war against us. We're funding our own war.
Yeah,
by letting them profiteer.
They are profiting off of it.
And who's to say COVID wasn't a big fucking test to begin with? Like it was released from the lab on purpose just to see how fast it would spread.
Yeah, they could have.
Who's to say?
It happened in China. So
who's to say?
I mean,
well, how do we know that wasn't a test run?
It's theories, man.
What's coming next? What's coming in the air next?
See, that's the issue.
And you got these fucking balloons. What's coming in the air next?
See, that's the issue. And what they said is that those balloons, absolutely, they were looking at everything from the nuclear programs we had, to the housing, to the food, to all of it. They were looking at everything. On that one balloon. The other three, they don't want to say what they were. But here's the thing. If you're the pilot, they tell you shoot it down. They sent reconnaissance aircraft first to look at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're a pilot, and these guys are like the cream of the crop.
Right.
They know what it is they're shooting down.
Right.
And like when you saw those, remember when we did a show a long time ago about that naval pilot where he captured that UFO on his radar screen?
Oh yeah, we played
with the little tic tac.
Yeah, we played.
So here's the thing: if it was one of those, and they can go from 80,000 feet to 10,000 feet in under a second,
right?
How the hell did we shoot it down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to make a little sense now. If that's what it was. How do you shoot that down with a missile? They haven't
told us anything.
They're never gonna.
They haven't told us anything.
And what they tell us is probably going to be bullshit. And I still think there's a big chance that we did that ourselves. Just a
diversion.
Diversion, and
I wouldn't be a bit surprised, buddy. Not at all.
Diversion, and to start controlling the population to get them into their favor on how they want to go.
Well, it's an attention-seeking activity.
It is.
Diversion.
It is.
Hey, look here. And while you're watching that thing in the sky,
they're not reporting
they're
whatever.
Sneaking something in behind you.
Yeah, they're not reporting. Yeah, but we're not going to find out what that is for a while.
No, it'll go. No, something else will crop up and that'll disappear.
Oh, that's what it'll be.
That's what's going to happen. Something else is going to happen. Well, you know, they just had that shooting, that college shooting. They had another campus shooting.
Yeah.
But that that wasn't enough to divert the attention.
It was in Michigan.
Yeah, it was in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still believe that, I mean,
something will happen.
our country does not have the greatest track record of being honest with its citizens.
No.
So, I mean, it's one of those things. If you get someone who lies all the time and then they're going to tell you this, why would you believe it? I don't believe it.
Well, who nowadays trusts the FBI? Do you trust the FBI today?
No. And you know what? That's a shame because that organization was amazing.
They were held to the highest. They were the highest respected, highest standard government organization ever.
Yep.
And that's gone. That luster's gone. Do you trust them?
No. And with everything that happened with Twitter and
I don't trust a damn. It's
Hunter Biden and
it's infiltrated.
And you know, I'm going to say the same thing about politicians. So I would say, well, at least with the FBI, it's not all of them. There are still some amazing people there. But the top people that were running the social media programs and that are in bed with the Democrats.
The others can't do their job.
They can't. I mean, they're doing their job and it doesn't really have anything to do with them. Like if you're investigating, racketeering, them doing their whatever those yahoos are doing up in D.C. to help out the Biden administration.
But the respect is gone.
Yeah, it's absolutely
the luster's gone.
It's going to take them forever to get that back.
I mean, it used to be one of the highest respected law enforcement agencies in the land, and now it's not.
It was.
It's not now.
It's not now.
I don't trust them.
Nope.
I don't trust a thing they say.
Nope. You know who I trust more?
And the cops are supposed to be the good guys.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the good guys.
Supposed to be.
You're not supposed to fear the cops. Isn't that what you teach your kids when they're little?
Yeah, if you have
cops aren't bad. Cops are good. You run to a cop. Cops help you.
Yep.
The FBI, are they going to help you?
Well, if you're in
who the hell knows?
Depends on what neighborhood you're in, too.
Depends on what the political party you are, too.
Right? Yeah, it does.
Isn't that awful, though? But it's the truth.
Well, it is. So it's the top people who make the most money, which is anybody over $500,000 a year.
Right.
And then there's everybody else.
Well, I think there's a term limit on the FBI director now. I think there's a limit. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know.
But they can only hold that position for so long. And the reason that is because of Hoover. Because Hoover run it for all those years, and the power that he had was phenomenal.
He had
it
over
dirt
everybody.
on everybody.
He did.
And all those files got destroyed when he died. His secretary destroyed all the files when he passed away.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, she destroyed everything. That was what that's what she was told to do.
Yeah, she had to.
Yeah, that's what she was told to do when he passed.
So I think
so all the dirt got flushed, but then there's a term limit on the director of the FBI. I'm not going to throw a number because I'm not real sure what it is.
I'm not sure.
I know there is a limit, but then you got all the yahoos underneath.
Yeah, like I watched a little bit of the, I guess the Senate hearing committee, whatever committee was hearing the people who own Twitter and what they did.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievably horrible. Like the amount of corruption that's in our government is to the point that there's no going back. It needs redone.
Everything there needs to be a house cleaning. There needs to be a house cleaning.
Warren Buffett.
A lot. I mean a house cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And the CIA, too.
Oh, yeah, they're bad.
There's got to be some house cleaning. Of course, the CIA's been crooked since the beginning of time. They run covert. They run businesses to fund other operations. They were they were running drugs to try to catch somebody else.
They were running drugs to like South America.
I know.
We were selling. We at one point we were giving them weapons.
All in the name of the common good.
And then it turned into drugs.
Well, then they also they ended up in Arkansas. Remember, they was training them in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton land.
Yeah.
It's
horrible. I'm like
CIA. They're breaking one law to catch somebody breaking another law.
Like, when did it get so corrupt? That's what I'm trying to figure. Like, what year did that happen?
And who decides what? Who's the decision maker? Where does it originate? You know what?
I don't think
you don't know. You don't know, and it's purposeful that way.
No.
So who do you blame? Who gets hung out to dry? The last guy at the bowl.
And they all speak.
The last guy at the bowl.
Yeah, right. And then they'll go before a judge who's a Democratic judge and a federal judge who was appointed by whoever.
Well, that decision.
It'll get thrown out.
It won't be based on law.
No, it'll be stalled forever because of the attorneys, and it'll take 30. By the time it's all said and done, they're all dead.
The point is there needs to be a house cleaning.
There does. I mean, something needs to be done because
there needs to be a house cleaning.
I mean,
well, and even like we had our show about police. Remember the police?
Yeah.
And it starts even at that level. There needs to be something done. There needs to be something done with training, and there needs to be something done as at FBI from the bottom to the top.
I think so. Like if you're middle class, like we are, and we're not upper middle class, we're average to below average middle class. Because if anything,
when did upper class become 3 levels?
Pretty
lower,
much,
medium,
right?
high.
Well, I had this conversation with my sister too. Like, so 57% of Americans do not even pay tax, and that's not rich people.
No, that's not rich people.
That's like the single mom who's working a job, goes to file her taxes. She gets all the tax she paid plus some. Right?
Top of the food chain.
That's 57%. So we'll just say 50. So that means 10% are your super wealthy, and your other 40% are your middle class people who pay for everything.
Yes.
Right? Who get taxed to death. I get taxed to death.
So do I.
And I don't make a lot of money.
I'm single.
And I get taxed.
I'm single.
To death.
Single male, and they just slam me.
Right? So
they slam you.
They do. So, I mean, the only thing I could say is, like, we as a group of people, it doesn't matter what color or religion you are, it does not matter because we're all here together. We're all freaking Americans. So, at some point, we have to come together and hold them accountable. And I don't know how to do that, whether withholding votes, whether it's protesting.
Well, there's got to be some unity between us out here, the people. Because like I said before, Bud, you know, I believe that we have elected politicians in the past that go there with the intention of making change and doing the right thing and for the people. And when they get there, the system just totally makes that impossible.
It does.
It makes that impossible.
It does. Well, it's the people that have influence who divide us all. Because when you divide people, you conquer them.
Oh, yeah.
So when we're sitting here arguing about, and don't get me wrong, there are race problems, but when you divide us constantly on issues like that and other issues, then we're not looking at the big picture of what's happening as a group. Yeah. And you know what's best for, you know, me, you, every people, parents, their kids, our kids' future is not to continue this crazy.
And they know that. They know that. They know that if we all unite, they're in trouble. So this is why we get the ploys that we get.
Yeah.
This is why they play the game that they play.
I agree.
But we need to unite. Yeah. We as a people need to unite. No matter whether we agree on everything or not, we're
never going to agree.
But that's what makes the system so great.
But what we should all agree on is that we want our kids to have a better future than what we have. And they're not going to have that the way it sits right now.
No.
Not going to have it. It's not even going to be close. Yeah, like, our generation, me and you.
I feel for my grandbabies.
Now listen, our generation, me and you, are the first generation in the history of America that will not live as good as their parents. Our kids will not live as good as us.
You don't think so?
That's a fact.
Think it'll be that way?
It's a fact.
Well, it ain't a fact yet. We don't know. We're not there yet.
Our generation?
Oh, ours, yes. But
we are there.
My kids?
Yeah, they're saying that's not going to happen.
Well,
think about it.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't gotten anything but worse.
Well, think about it. The average home is $400,000.
I know. Ain't nobody doing
When you come out of college making $50,000.
And how much do you owe in debt?
Yeah. Or make 60
make 50 grand. 50 grand a year.
In a city, you are never going to be able to afford a home. Ever.
Oh, not in no city.
Well, that's where most people are.
I know.
So,
you get a box for $800.
Yeah, so think about that. So most Americans right now, our kids, like my son's 21.
Right.
My oldest niece is 26. So they will never be able to, if they stay in the city, like if my niece stays in Frederick.
Right.
And she wants a home, it's $400,000. And generally that's for a townhouse.
And what's the rent?
$2,000 a month for one bedroom.
Right. And that's small.
With a master's.
And that's small.
Making $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right?
And how much did that education cost her to make 50 grand a year?
Well, it wasn't anything like what you would think because she got it here. Right? So it was probably 35,000, 40.
To make 50.
To make 50. So you got to pay off that debt. But, I mean, it's just a horrible situation. So at some point, people, you have to realize that the government is never going to tell you the truth.
No.
They're going to want to keep dividing everybody. The UFO story even though I wish it was UFOs because I love them.
It'd be cool.
I love all the conspiracy theories about them.
I know it'd be cool.
But at some point, you have to realize that what are they really getting at?
Yeah, what's going on?
And, you know, I'm not a college-educated guy. I'm not. Never went to college. But I
you've
can,
been around long enough to know.
I can see the bullshit.
You can, yeah.
And history will tell you that that's what they do.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You've been around long enough to know that.
I can see through the bullshit.
You can smell bullshit.
You can smell the bullshit.
Through the TV.
You can smell the bullshit. Because if it was a here's the thing, too, right? So, the China balloon, that son of a bitch was shot down on video.
Oh, I like it.
It was shot down on video.
That sounds like a rock song. China balloon, China balloon.
But that thing was shot down on video. The other three, they don't have nothing of.
That fucking thing was big as a school bus. Do you know that?
There was 3 of them.
Big
as 3 of them.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. The other ones, we don't really know what they are.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But the other one, we saw it on video.
Yeah.
So come on now, man. The American people are not stupid.
They know.
At least I would hope they're not.
They know what they are.
Yeah, they know what they are.
They're Area 51.
or we launched our own shit, or Canada did, or we launched it from ships.
Well, life's tough up there on the Canadian.
You know, we pretended that it was something that it wasn't, just to get everybody to look one way while they're doing another way.
Look over here.
Yeah,
look over here.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Hey, Townies, my name's Philip, and you're watching The Mountain City Show. Hey, if you could, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And don't forget to click the bell.
The bell?
Yeah.
What's the bell?
Bell notifies them every time we have a new video. So make sure you click the bell.
It's free. Costs you nothing. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.